Hey everyone, Node has seen some changes over this past winter. Many of you have asked for an explanation as to why Dee and Brandon have not been in as many videos recently. We wanted to do this sooner, but with the situation changing from month to month, and then the coronavirus outbreak, we're all 6 feet apart by the way, we haven't been timely in making this video, and for that we apologize.
Now, to see where Node is going in the future, we need to take a look into the past. Node started off as a joint venture between EA, the game company, and Studio 71, which is an MCN company.
Now, ourselves and Freddie and Brandon, we were all hired, this is back in 2012, we were all hired to make content on the channel for a year. Now, after that year was up, EA and Studio 71 decided to step away from the channel, but we wanted to keep making videos. It was really fun playing games with our friends, you know?
As you know, eventually Freddie and Brandon, they split up, and it was around that point that Brandon, Nico, and myself we formed a production company to continue producing videos for Node.
This can sound a bit confusing, but actually none of us owned the channel. The channel was owned by Studio 71. Land Party Ventures, basically us, we had a contract to produce videos for Studio 71, and those videos themselves belonged to us, but the channel and the name Node and the trademark and all that all still belonged to Studio 71.
So this arrangement worked fine for a few years until the fall of 2018. Now, starting in October of 2018, Node became more expensive to operate than the money it was taking in. It was a channel comprised of 5 people, but we were only getting like 120K views per video, and that would be fine if it was a 1 or 2 man operation, but you know, Node is a group of friends, and you know, the revenue slipped into the red. We couldn't do it. I mean, we tried our hardest.
So, you know, we continued to lose money month after month, and in May of 2019, Brandon, Sam, myself, we all froze our salaries. And Dee had to take a reduced salary. Up to this point, Dee was doing the best he could with show-running Node. Brandon was busy with Boneworks, and outside of the 4 hours a week that he would film with us, he was 100% focused on that. So it fell on Sam and I to figure out the next steps.
At Corridor, we'd already built a team. We already had infrastructure in place to run multiple YouTube channels. So the first step for us to do anything was to purchase the channel from Studio 71. Now, you might know this, but it's hard to revive a failing financial asset when you don't own that asset. So the investment was made to purchase it.
Secondly, as we mentioned before, we had formed a production company with Dee and Brandon to run Node. And now, even though that company didn't own the channel, it did own the videos themselves. And we could have let that company go under and just everyone walks away from this empty-handed, but we really wanted to help everyone involved and see them rewarded for all this work we had done over the years. So rather than shut the whole thing down and just walk away, we made the decision to buy out Dee and Brandon's shares of that production company. So beginning August 1st, we then hired Cliff and Dee again, and both at the same salaries they were getting at Node. We did not kick anyone out. In fact, we wanted to keep the whole team together so that we could evolve Node, figure out the next steps, and turn it, hopefully, into a self-sustaining YouTube channel again.
It is also important to mention that at this point, we were considering moving the Corridor studio out of state. But with the way that the other channels were starting to integrate more with the resources of the city, we were having more guests and stuff like that on the Corridor Crew channel, we thought it was necessary to leave it here, and that's what we've chosen to do.
But all this ended up contributing to us starting to go our separate ways. As we entered into the fall of 2019, Brandon was still working on Boneworks, and he turned all of his attention to finishing it. Dee decided that he would rather focus his abilities on his own channel, which he had started a few years before this. And that's a desire that I totally understand, and we encourage it. And to be honest, I actually think it's the right step for him.
Change can be a little bit difficult, and especially for us, we're all parents now. You know, I feel like the kind of content that we're making on Node these days is definitely different. It's visibly different. Node is a reflection of the people who are involved with it, and that's what I think we're seeing right now with our current videos.
What we can guarantee here now, while Node is with Corridor, is that the videos are going to be about friends having fun, challenging each other, playing games, and engaging in new experiences together.
So thanks for listening to us and, you know, hearing where Node is going here. I hope that you guys will continue to watch our videos. And as always, we love your feedback, you know, your thoughts on where things are going, what you like to see. It's great. It really helps us know how we can improve the videos that we're making. But if the channel's not for you anymore, I totally understand that as well.
If you are digging the type of videos Dee's getting into lately, head on over to his YouTube channel where he's making them very consistently and very well. It's youtube.com/CerberusArms. And if you own a VR headset, obviously hop over to Steam and snag a copy of Boneworks or see what Brandon's up to on the Brandon JLA channel, where he's posting dev updates and keeping you guys up to date with the development of his games. This video wouldn't be complete without us taking a look back at some of the best videos we had made together. And so we took the time to sit down with Dee and go through some of those moments. Hopefully you remember most of them.
Gotta be smart to go fast, not the other way around.
Yeah, it's been a crazy ride, man. To think about when we started this channel way back in the day, it was 2013.
Yeah.
When I first started working on Node, I was hired just to do graphics. And back then we had all these other shows that really no one cared about.
Yeah, it's easy to forget about, but that was like, the whole origin of the channel was kind of like an endeavor with a couple like MCNs and EA to try and like develop a machinima-like channel.
Oh no! Get shot in the ass and the front.
It was actually Studio 71, back then known as The Collective, and EA that owned the channel.
Yeah.
For the first year. And then Land Party was born from there.
Well, yeah, and then after everything shut down, it was basically like we were sitting here playing games and like, well, our videos are still kind of getting views and we're having a good time doing this. Can we like just, you know, maybe keep doing it?
These coppers will never stop us. They have no chance.
Land Party was the flagship show for the channel. It went on Fridays, and that was everyone's favorite show by far. We had endless comments on all the other shows being like, stop doing this, kill yourself, hope you get cancer, I hate you.
so rough.
And then after about a year, the channel didn't do nearly as good as they thought. Wow, what a surprise. So they basically fired everybody.
Today's not your day, kid.
They fired everybody and they brought me aside. They're like, hey, so...
You're fired.
They said, hey, they did say that. They're like, hey, you're fired. But the Land Party guys, like Sam, Nico, and Freddie and Brandon, those guys, they want to keep making the show. So if you want to keep editing and shooting, then they need somebody, and they asked if you wanted to do it. And I was like, yeah, sure.
And didn't we meet through maybe like Clint or something
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that?
we
Like
met
you
through
guys were
Clint.
shooting bows and arrows once?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Clint was hanging out with you. He's like, you should come over. Like, we shoot airsoft guns and bow and arrow. I'm like, oh, I'm into
Yeah.
bow and arrows.
We shot bows, we shot airsoft guns, and we became friends. It was a good fit. And it made sense that once everyone was fired, they wanted to do a Land Party show that I kind of stay on board. So I started editing and shooting.
And then the fateful split of the Freddie W channel.
Yes.
So Freddie went off to do Rocket Jump, and Brandon basically broke off with that. And basically, at that time, Freddie W2 became the Brandon JLA channel, and so he was basically done with Node by that point. And then D was like, guys, have you seen how good I am at getting headshots?
Oh, yes! I got a luckiest Randy headshot on you.
Randy headshot.
we were already playing a lot of video games together, so you ended up being on camera.
Yeah, they were like, hey, we're gonna play GTA. Do you wanna play? We need another player. And at the time, I was filming, and I was like, yeah, sure, I can just put this on a tripod and I'll sit down and play. And that was the first video I was ever in on Node. What is happening? The game thinks I'm still in the car, but I'm not.
Yeah.
So we were obsessed with Blacklist back in the day. We played so much, and the thing about Blacklist is, in-game, there was no way to communicate with your team, but we all played in the same room. So we were basically unstoppable in that game. We would play so much, and we'd win so many times that people would see our names in the lobby and leave the lobby.
Yeah, we had runs of like 40 kills and 0 deaths.
Yeah, those were glorious times. Look, you guys
Sam,
look
hold my
like you're
hand.
holding hands.
Hold my hand. Hold my hand before we
Wait,
jump.
have a little
If
kiss?
we're gonna jump.
Give him a kiss, Sam.
Then we had this run that I think really defined what Node was.
Nice, one more, heads up, Sam. No, so close.
No. That's not how it should go.
Yeah, the airsoft really kind of took off.
We had our first TTT game at
Yeah.
Hollywood Sports Park.
I can trust you, right? You shot me in the nut.
Oh, nice! The falling shot!
What would you say is like the first breakout defining video of like Node as we kind of know it now?
I would say those DayZ videos. Those early on when we did the Siege of Electro and all that
was
stuff.
such a good time.
Yeah, like that was a really good idea, and B, it was so much fun because like we were already playing so much, and we would stay up all night playing that game. Oh, nice, Sam! You iced him so cold. Yeah, nice.
First blood. Scores 1-0 for Land Party.
Also, the Minecraft series you guys did.
Yeah.
That was really big and really set a precedence for what the channel was to show. And you know, from the very beginning of the channel's creation, we wanted to make something different. Every gaming channel was just one person in front of a webcam playing a game. But we all grew up playing at LAN parties, you know, bringing our Xbox over to a friend's house and, you know, going to LAN center and playing Counter-Strike together and yelling at each other. We wanted to recreate that because having that emotional connection with your friends and playing is really powerful. So that's kind of the thing that we wanted to bring to Node, where it's group gaming, but you know, we're all filmmakers at heart, adding the cuts and the music and the effects and everything to kind of tell a story.
Why'd you puncture a hole in my jacuzzi, Freddy?
And then we started doing TTT and stuff like that, where we have more players, we invite our friends and guests, and that's kind of where Node really took off, is finding what you guys really enjoy watching and the interaction between us, you know?
I feel like your voice as a filmmaker really came out in the Attack on Titan series.
Oh yeah, those are so much fun to edit.
Some of the best videos we've ever made.
Yeah, I mean, those are, I still watch those sometimes.
Dude,
and,
the Trost victory?
yeah, the victory. I wanted to ask you guys, like, what is your favorite video in the past 7 years? Every video we've done, what is your favorite one? It's a hard question because we've made so many.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna pick the one that you're probably gonna pick, which is the Trost video.
The Trost one.
The Trost video is my
Trost
favorite
victory.
video.
Yeah, that is one of my favorite videos. That's still one I still go back to and watch.
It's pretty much as good as an actual episode of Attack on Titan.
Yeah, and I think that's why those episodes are so popular, is because they only got one episode a week of Attack on Titan, and we'd release those, so it felt like you're watching it.
Yes!
Mine were probably, it's got to be one of the custom PUBG games that we did.
Oh yeah.
For sure. Zombies, you know, you already said zombies, but maybe it was the race one.
Oh yeah, the first death race.
The first time we ever did a death race.
Yeah,
It was
we
kind
invented that too.
It was chaos, but everyone had such a good time on the server. The
Remember
videos
Bridge
hilarious.
Boys?
The
Yeah.
Bridge Boys were created.
I literally have a jacket that says Bridge Boys.
Yeah, I have a jacket. We both have denim jackets that have Bridge Boys embroidered on the back. I've never worn it because it's super embarrassing.
Yeah, you know, they're like, a couple walks by, they're like, that guy's a dirty bridge camper.
I know. It's like,
Nice.
He didn't die instantly. He's got friends. He's like,
I got Bridge Boys so hard!
I know there's a lot of people making those like death race videos or whatever. Sam is the one who invented PUBG Death Race. He came up, he's like, hey, I have this idea for this video. Here's a map I drew, like on MS Paint. This is the route we're gonna take. All these people who've been making those death race videos, Sam's the one who created it. They're all biting.
oh jeez.
Those cones! Whoa! Those are not real cones!
Those aren't real cones.
Oh god.
No, it's cool. It's cool. I would have to say my favorite video we've ever made, there's a lot of them, so it's hard to say, but the PUBG Airsoft video, the first one we did, really stands out to me. And that video was super fun to do. And you know, we just did it because we thought we could, and we thought it'd be awesome. And it actually worked out really well. It's exhausting to play, but the video turned out great. And
Dude, it's that thumbnail of you drinking that Red Bull.
yeah, with that blue sky. So those are our favorite videos from Nodes Past. Let us know in the comments below what your guys' favorite video is. We read all the comments, and I know so many of you guys have been here since day one. So you guys are probably gonna name some that we're gonna be like, oh damn, I forgot about
It's gonna be
that
a
one.
nostalgia trip.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get so melancholy. I'm
Exactly.
Listen to Smashing Pumpkins while I read through the comments.
So you guys probably know better than we do what our favorite videos
Yeah,
are.
that's true.
Wait, check the room, check the
Check the
room.
room!
Oh, damn it, Nico, you need to check the room.
There's another hit you gotta make, man.
God damn it.
It's worth mentioning also, so, you know, D, who had gone from being hired to do graphics in the original, like, version of Node, and then, you know, having LAN Party kind of become its own thing, you know, D was in front of the camera. At that point, D had become showrunner/producer, because myself and Sam, we were busy with Corridor, which was a lot of work at the time, and of course, Brandon was busy trying to get his VR stuff off the ground, as well as, at the time, he was still putting a lot of work into the Brandon GLA channel. So we didn't have the time to really dedicate to planning and producing these videos. That ended up becoming D's responsibility, and that was like a big change, I feel like, for you as well.
And that was a huge moment for me, being able to know that people trusted me enough to run this operation for them. And I think we made some really, really good content that really stands out. And you guys obviously enjoyed it because they got a lot of views. And honestly, the best piece of advice I have is, it really is all about who you know, and that only really matters if they know that you can do a good job. Don't be a dick.
That's really good advice for everything, honestly.
Yeah, in general, yeah. Hell yeah. So you guys might have noticed that we're always in the corner offices now. We have all our gaming stuff here, and that's because Node is now part of the whole Corridor Umbrella, which is growing, and the crew channel is exploding, which is awesome. And you guys seem to like the content. And while at the same time, that kind of frees me up a bit to come up with new video ideas and also work on my own channel. We found that it would be a good idea to kind of bring Node into the fold under the umbrella of Corridor, because Corridor, they have an entire office full of people here, editors, graphics people. They have their own brand managers and everything. It can just be run much more efficiently with a bigger team. One guy can't really run a channel this size on his own. I've always wanted to make specific videos that didn't really fit on Node, that wouldn't really work too well.
So if you've enjoyed, Dee's presence and his artistry and the touch that he's put on this entire channel, you owe it to yourself to go check out his channel. It's youtube.com/CerberusArms. It's more of what you've enjoyed on Node, but even more focused and with a clear, singular intent behind it.
So if you like my playstyle, whether it's airsoft or VR, check out the channel, guys. I'm sure you'll like it. I'm gonna put a lot of work in these videos, and I wanna make something really special, and I hope you guys join me for it.